KD for the Wealth Wells. This is your weekly market prep for August 18th, 2024. We are coming off of a solid week last week, near six figures. We'll discuss some of that, how we were able to come up with such nice profits. We caught the volatility in the market, of course, great position sizing. We're going to talk about the levels, the action from last week. Then we'll talk about the plan for this week. We'll give you the levels and talk about really what you can do to position yourself. If you stick around to the last portion of the video, I'll train you on VIX futures and why they're so important, why it's something I watch. And I have talked about this in my videos before. So you can look in my videos library and watch part 1, 2, and 3 of the VIX training to get an understanding of the VIX and why it's so critical when it comes to options and futures. This is your weekly market prep for August 18th, 2024. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's get it. Okay, so as mentioned, this is your weekly market prep for the week of August 18th, 2024. Let's get right to it. Here are the tools that you need for trading. You've got the 90-day day trading journal. You've got the ebook, How to Day Trade with a Full-Time Job. There's 4 digital trainings you should purchase along with that book. I outline the steps inside of the book. Then I show you and I train you with bonus material inside of the video trainings. And then we've got the indicators, KD in a box, the Wealth Wells volume profile, and the Wealth Wells BVP indicator with the signals and the indicators on screen that's not lagging to help you understand when the market will shift, to see what I'm seeing so that you can take the trade. They're both reasonably and nominally priced. They are subscription based. I encourage you to use them on your screen to give yourself a single pane view of the market. It simplifies things so that you can focus on what matters most. All right. So we'll talk about last week's action as we go today. We'll throughout our prep here, sentiments, levels, and plan. We'll go over that. We'll talk about what people are saying. Did anyone say anything interesting about the Discord and the training and how they were able to come up with some nice profits from this week? We'll talk about that. Indicators. We'll layer how we're using them in our discussion. And then we'll talk about the free and paid training and we'll wrap up there. I'll try to get this done in about 15 minutes for you. All right. So here's a testimonial here. Now, this was just in the private channel and I wanted to highlight it, right? There's plenty of testimonials, plenty of people that we've helped, that I help and continue to help, from folks who make $1 million or more per year, folks that make 6 figures, folks that have lost money in other Discords and then come to my Discord with this system and buckled down. I hold them accountable. I show them the skills that they need. I teach them and I give them some tips, and then they've made their money back and then some. And then folks that are making 3, 4, and 5 figures just starting out. So we've got all kind of people here. Art of Noise said, he came to an epiphany. He said, seems like when I focus on market prep, which is what we're doing right now, every Sunday I spend hours preparing. And the culmination of that preparation, in part, is this prep right here. I record it at the end, about 15 minutes, and I give you all of the highlights, what I'm looking for as it pertains to the market, the direction, my trade plan, swings. I give it to you here. All right. So he says, seems like when I focus on market prep, reading the market, taking my setups and not worrying about making big gains, I consistently win overall. I mess up when I get greedy and stray away. I'm doing a lot better with sticking with the DAC. That is a account management and position management strategy that I have detailed inside of my Discord in the frequently asked questions page for all to see. And he said, and not letting greed get in the way. Keep it up, Art. I believe you are doing well. Art's target is a few $100s a day. He's typically done by the morning and gone. And he sticks around, but as far as the market, he's done. And I believe that that is doing well for you, and we will continue that. It's not how much you make right now. We can always get you to scale. Remember, consistency is worth more than currency. All right. So free training. Again, there's people that's made 7 figures. There's people that make $100,000 a month. You can watch those free live interviews and videos here to develop skill and mental development, market awareness, reaction times, patience, all that stuff. Watch those videos and then jump into the Discord. It's free. For anyone to join, as long as you abide by the rules. I trade free 1 trade or 1 hour on Mondays so that you can see that this is the real deal And then in the private channel, that's where you get all the goods. All right. Here's the data events that we're looking for. Unemployment claims, FOMC meeting minutes, Fed talk, retail sales, and then JPZ is on the mic backside of the week. All right. So here's the quick calendar, the overall gist of what's happening. You can clearly see Waller's going to be on the mic. We've got Barr on the mic, FOMC meeting minutes. That's coming out Wednesday. That will be something to watch. And so we keep our eyes peeled for that. Ears tuned for that. And then Jackson Hole speech Friday, 10 a.m. We're looking for that. Of course, jobless claims, PMI flash, some marketing numbers in there as well that we're going to be looking for, okay? All right, so again, Monday, we've got Waller, 9:15. Then we've got a couple of Barr. But the big draw is going to be Friday, 10 a.m. Powell at the Jackson Hole Symposium there. He's going to be talking. So here's what you should be watching for this week. Now, pay attention here, okay? We're all awaiting comments from Powell. We're going to be focused on the comments from all the Fed members, especially Powell, which makes sense that he'll finish out the week with his comments, right? But everybody will be looking for any indication to solidify the consensus. And the consensus is a rate cut beginning in September, right? We're going to be analyzing what they say, all right? They've confirmed it. You know, very few have confirmed it, but we're feeling that a rate cut is coming because of the data points, all right? Inflation and other numbers, that's looking pretty good. He's going to provide some clarity, JP, on Friday, right? And this is these remarks are expected to be his first since the CPI numbers from July showed inflation fell to its lowest since March 2021, which is good, giving officials more evidence that price pressures have eased. And so, again, we said Wallace is going to be on the mic. We said Bostic is going to be on the mic. We've got Barr on the mic. We've got JP on the mic, right? And they're going to give us what we need. And then, of course, on Wednesday, the release of the FOMC meeting minutes will provide the details of the discussion, and we're looking for that too. So expect those things to move the market. You do not want to get caught in a trap. I would, because Fed members are on the mic this week, coming on the backside of some data, I would reduce your size a little bit. And then toward the middle of the week, or when it aligns with my levels and my plan, I'll talk to you about that, and then you can size up as you see fit. Investors await reports from retailers, cybersecurity firms, and the like. So we've got several large retailers that's going to report earnings, following higher retail sales in July. That surprised really everybody. A handful of tech companies are going to be reporting as well. Lowe's is on the docket here for Tuesday. Coming off of May earnings showed consumers were buying fewer big ticket items. Same thing happened with the Home Depot. We knew that, right? Wednesday, Target looks to turn around. Disappointing first quarter sales. Big box rival Walmart reported strong earnings the week earlier. On the same day, Macy's report comes after the company last month ended talks with activist investor groups that were seeking to acquire the troubling retailer. I mean, Macy's, I've been saying it for a long time. I mean, the concept, the overall structure of Macy's, it will not last. It cannot last. Macy's has a big problem, and I don't see them around in the next 10 years. However, if somebody can come in and revamp, and then they'll hang on and compete with Amazon or whatever. But these big box stores or the Macy's and the like, they're just the model is antiquated and it needs to change. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you're invested in them. I'm okay with the swings for monthly or quarterly or 2 weeks out, but overall, I'd question you if you had them the main part of your portfolio. Discount retailers, TJ Maxx and Ross Stores, they're going to report this week. Palo Alto Networks are going to give us an idea of the strength of the cybersecurity industry and what's going on. The company is expected to show quarterly growth in both revenue and net income. Wednesday, Snowflake data firm is going to be looking to bounce back after it missed earnings estimates last quarter, despite growing demand for its AI products. And here's our earnings. So as talked about, we got Lowe's on there, Palo Alto, Macy's, TJ Maxx, Target there, right? A couple others that you may like. We'll talk about Intuit's there. We'll talk about a few in our swing setup so that you can be prepared, okay? So here's the spotlight. I've got Lowe's, Target, and Intuit there, all right? Earnings spotlight. So Lowe's, all right. It's basically Tuesday's open for Lowe's. I believe they'll show the same numbers as Home Depot. Analysts has been saying that it's been tough for them. Most people they're not looking at the big ticket items anymore. Seasonal demand is likely impacted by the slow start to the spring selling season and a quick transition into summer, with June being the hottest on record. Everyone has them at a neutral equivalent to hold, so just don't do anything. I personally see some downside with them as well. We saw this with Home Depot earnings, which showed a bigger than expected decline in same store sales. That's the SSS, same store sales for Q2, and downwardly revised outlook for a full year same store sales. So analysts think Lowe's could reduce its same store sales guidance as well, considering the near term macro backdrop remains volatile, led by uncertainty around interest rate cuts. That's one thing. People are uncertain about that. Inflationary pressures and consumers still showing a preference towards spending on discretionary services and expenses. So 4.4, the estimate is 4.4% down year over year. So watch for Lowe's. I play them the same as Home Depot, downside, right? If you're not already in there and if you haven't already taken advantage of the moves. So we got TargetNet, TGT. They're up. On average, they're anticipating earnings of $2.19 per share. Analysts are taking a more conservative stance amidst uncertain consumer environment, and still challenge discretionary backdrop, forecasting a 195, right? Now 195 is really more reasonable. Most maintain a buy rating on them. And the idea here is to buy the dips. I think so. There's a little cushion with Target. I think so. But I'd be cautious with them. But overall, as far as if you're not in positions such as options, but if you're in stock, I'd buy the dip on them. No problem there. All right. Intuit. This one is going to be the bigger boy for the day. If you're not already in the position, analysts are overwhelmingly bullish. About 15 people of 30 analysts, they've got it as a strong buy. 7 have it at a buy. Everyone else has it as a hold. 1 has it as a sell. He's a hater, but one person has it as a sell. For the most part, everyone's extremely bullish on the TurboTax parent Intuit. Speaking for the bulls, everybody's got it for a buy. As stated, they feel Intuit is better positioned than its peers due to several factors, including its resilient tax and small business segments. I agree with that. TurboTax is solid, and its dependable history, especially when people are trying to cut. TurboTax is just, and they're doing a good job with their marketing with it too, and making updates and user-friendly approach there too. So, but more importantly, it has a dependable history of dividend growth. Get this, Intuit has been one of the best dividend stocks, having increased its payout for 12 straight years. They're certainly in my dividend portfolio, my dividend plan, and I like them. All right, so analysts expect a small beat. At the very least, I expect a hold. I'd love to see an increase in dividends, but for the most part, everyone's pretty bullish on them, okay? All right, so our swings, okay? So again, check the private channel again. We'll talk about that, the swings that's coming. These were my past swings that we did a few weeks ago. Visa, right? Up and cut that. Money there, over 30% there. PayPal, up and cut that. More than 30% there on our swings, and so we'll be posting more inside the channel. And we also have a private-only swing feature, swing notification coming with those who are in tiered access. All right, so let's take a look at our levels and understand what the market has to hold for us this week. Okay, so looking at the market on a 1 hour time frame. Before we do that, I'm going to encourage you to go over to the wealthwellstraining.com, go down the training stack, get the training that you need to improve. All right, this training has changed the financial lives of many people, right, and made them better traders and help them reach goals they never thought they could do. I have a unique system. It works. It's like Novocaine. Give it time. It works every time. Grab the indicators here at thewealthwells.com/indicators, or click the link attached to the video. They'll make your life simple. And then all of my setups. You do not have to go through my training to take my setups. Get my setups there. I've got 7-figure training that I release to those who are ready for it. So get on the list for that. You get an email from me, and I'll send you a link to get a hold of some 7-figure training. Yes, to make 7 figures. That's more than about 1.2 million a year. And in the meantime, you'll need to understand my setup. So here we go. Volume, trading the value area, trendline sniper, the hammer play, the doji play, trading with areas of interest, of course, and then putting the VPP indicator to work to make 6 figures, right? I help you out with all of those. And then, of course, the ebook gets you right underway. All right. So, so here we are. So to the upside, I think we're heading back. Well, I think for a fact, we're heading back to 5,600 area. However, there's a lot of volume you can see here and here. I expect volume to push us down around that 5,618. I do not think we get up into this area just yet, or hold without a catalyst. So here are my levels: 5,618.25 to the upside, in this area right up in here, all right, let me be very clear, in this area right here, between 5,600 and 5,618, this is an area of interest for me. I've got sell volume, sell pressure sitting here right above it. So as we enter into this area, I'm expecting positions to fail before volume has to shift to come up higher. So with that being said, 5,600 really, about that 5,599, 5,596.25. You remember this level from about a week or two ago, right? We're being pulled back to the order sitting here. As we come up into this area and I see weakness, I am going to fade back down to 5,586.75 where we currently are, if we even hold in this area, and then moving to the downside 5,572.50, 5,561.50, and then 5,548.25. If we get past, I would say 5,542, maybe 60, then we may pull down to our next target right here to that 5,535 area. But these are the ranges that I expect us to trade in, barring any market moving news from a from some kind of Fed member or something like that. So I'll go over the plan in 1 second. All right. Transfer those levels to SPY and SPX. Do the work. If you show up, you'll go up, folks. Okay. The paid training was already stated. It's going to just help you with skill and mental development, your reaction times, understanding how to read the market, market awareness, and then my setups are like gold. Get them. Okay. Use the VVP indicator. It's going to tell you, my entry points. These lines here give you some very concrete entries and exits and give you an indication of if the volume is going to hold with the volume profile. You put it all together, you got a winning system. All right. So here's the plan. All right. In the overnight session between now and the morning, I am watching the volume on the tape in these areas. And I'm watching, you see these dotted lines there? That's the VVP indicator. I want to see how we hold off of these areas. Now, it's no coincidence. We've already spiked up at the open right at our level, right there, right? This level was a pre-existing level, this dotted line, spiked already there. We're looking for the sell volume here to kick in. If the volume shows up, the sell volume to kick in for us to start moving to the downside. And once I start seeing the weakness anywhere up in here, anywhere up in this area, then I will be looking to fade that to my targets here. I'd like to be in right off of this 5594 area, that kind of move. If I don't get the confirmation on the tape, I'm not going to take it. For the week, I'm simply going to be trading and watching for the volume to shift. Now, I want to see how the volume really holds at 5561 area. This huge area here, really between 5,548.50, 5,561.50. If we're going to move anywhere, we need the volume to hold there. Otherwise, I think we trade in this area here again before settling, running back up to this area here, maybe even 5,583 or 5,573, and then we retreat again and we retest this area. So I really think we trade in this area for a little bit. If we do get the move, Monday is going to make the most sense, right? Coming out the gate. To get this thing to the next target, be it up or down. And until then, I think that's kind of where we move here. Now, we would need to have a shift in volume here for us to move. Okay, so those are my targets. Those are my levels. And as we go into the open or the morning session tomorrow, I'll be sharing more details with you guys and how I plan to execute that. Okay. So here's a training tip, a 60-second training tip. We're going to talk about analyzing VIX futures for 1 minute. All right, so we got VIX futures on the screen. Very, very simple. You want to know when to catch those moves. Here's a tip. Just overlay the VVP indicator. Watch for the areas of interest coupled with the volume here. And compare that with overall market sentiment. Now, I'm on a higher time frame. You can go up to the 1 hour. It's just as fine here. But I'm looking at the higher time frame on VIX futures, and I want to see the area of interests hold here. You can see where I have the sell volume, and we also have sell pressure here. When this area of interest is touched and it's not breached, I am going to have to assume we're going long on the market, and you leave it alone and let this thing ride up, and I look for the confirmation. Now, here's a little secret. The more AOIs I see forming, and the more we don't test these AOIs heavily, we just break down, because of the settings on the VVP indicator, this is a strong indication that there is sell pressure there, which means the market is moving up, which means hedging is happening, and we've broken some caps or ceilings in the market, and we move. Now, There have been a time last week where you saw the market and VIX moving in tandem. That happens when there is a rebalancing that needs to happen. Typically, it's closer to OPEX. You'll see that, right? Because there are these ceilings and walls that sit in the way where an accumulation of options or accumulation of orders and positions needs to dissipate in order for the market to move past, because it's a hedge position. Now, I would put the video up on the screen here, but you can do the research yourself. I've done many videos on VIX futures, 3 of them, and I've also done videos on collars and hedges and how they play in relation to the market. All of that is readable using VIX and other tools, and it is a near shore bet, a near shore thing. When you read that accurately, you'll get a nice solid trade. All right, so get to know VIX futures. It will do you really, really good. All right, that's it, folks. Market events are covered, levels covered. This week's trading plan is covered. What else? What people are saying about me. Hey, you know what? I want to bring one thing over here. Check it out. Boom. All right. So we've been following our buddy here, Jay White, and he's had some good days. He's got some okay days, but he's posted. We know he did the last month or month before. He took the training for 3 months. He's just been cooking in here. I've been kind of on his head a little bit about his risk because his risk appetite is a little heavier than others, but he needs to throttle it down. So we've been working with him. But anyway. Rough day on Monday, $40. Next day, $2,600, $4,700, $600, $2,500, $150. That's a solid week. It's a solid week for a trader that's at his level right here. Anybody would like that kind of week. So the guy he's already making half of what he made in 3 months. So we're just tracking his progress here, right? And he's very transparent with his wins and his losses here, and I appreciate that. It helps me help you better. But just wanted to highlight that people are making profits, but it's more important for me that you are consistent. If you can make a few $100, I can get you to make 100,000. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. I can show you how to do it, right? I can't make it for you, but I can show you how to do it. But you'll never get there unless you can be consistent and you can do it over and over, all right? And then we discuss the trading. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is levels, baby. Levels, baby. It's the only way to trade. If you understand how to read the market, volume, volatility, price action. You got the VVP indicator. You got the training. You got the Wealth Plus volume profile. You go to the wealthplustraining.com. If you got all that locked down, and then you come into the Discord and you get the continuous education that you need, well, your skills, they'll go to places you never thought possible. It's going to be an awesome day. Trade with discipline, folks. I'll see you at the top. KD signing out.